Hi, welcome to my podcast. I'm Olga. I'm a linguist and I teach English and German. Part 1.
As you know, I'm Olga, and here's my friend.
Akash.
Right. And I teach English and German, and he actually does travel vlogs. And so it happens to be that we are today in Hamburg. So I'm super interested in his accent, so let's talk about that. Right. So for how long have you been in Hamburg now?
It's been 2 months at the moment.
Okay. Why are you staying here?
Currently working and traveling.
Yeah. All right. So did you manage to speak some English here?
Yeah, with my colleagues and some of them, like the local shops and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So what's your experience with English here? Would you say that people can speak English well?
I wouldn't say so. Like a lot of people who are like, let's say, immigrants, German speakers, they prefer speaking Dutch, like the German itself. But then when I try to approach them in English, they're always wanting me to speak in German, and they're always insisting me to speak in German. And that's one thing. So most probably it's a bit hard.
Yeah.
Say.
Okay. So your general impression would be that they want to switch to German because it's easier for them.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Compared to other countries, because I know in Holland, for example, almost everybody speaks English perfectly.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Have you been to Holland?
No.
No.
I haven't been there.
All right.
No.
Well, you can record your next travel
Yes,
vlog there.
definitely.
All right. So what's your native language?
Konkani.
What's that?
Basically, it's spoken in the coastal area of the south part of India, and basically it's from Karnataka, but south where there is like the coast part, which is called Goa. It's vastly spoken there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Is it like a dialect of Hindi or not?
No, it is.
So it's a separate language.
Yes.
Is it similar to Hindi?
Let's say there are similar words that are being used. Yes.
All right. Would you say you have an Indian accent?
A bit of, yeah.
Okay.
I do.
All right. In your job, you mainly speak English, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you ever have any trouble communicating to other people?
No, that's not at all. Like I speak well. I know that I speak well, but then let's say my colleagues have problem when talking. Because for them they're not. For me, I've been studying English for a long time. Like it's my some childhood. Like let's say from my pre-nursery where I'm like a kid. From then we start learning English, and it's a part of our education. So it's basically I could say that I'm a native speaker, or let's say #native speaker or something. I don't know. Like been speaking in English for a long time, and
it makes a difference. You can hear that.
Yeah. So for the local people, it's a bit difficult for them because it's not their language that they prefer to speak, because they are speaking in the local language and they prefer that itself. So yeah.
Okay. Right. So, but still, have you ever had any problems? Let's say you mispronounce a word, right? And does it ever happen to you that somebody asks you to repeat what you just said because you mispronounce something?
I wouldn't say mispronounce. Maybe the accent would be a bit different.
Different. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And how does that make you feel?
From my point of view, I'm correct. It's just they don't understand it because they're not used to it.
That's a good point.
Used to it in the sense, I basically tell that they're not used to speaking English, so that's what makes let's say, for them to understand it different ways. So, yeah.
Are they mainly English native speakers or not? Okay.
No.
Okay, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
And do you often have to communicate to people who are native speakers?
Most probably no, because we at our company we have a lot of different let's say employees who are from different background, different countries, and at this time not many native speakers are there. Basically they are Europeans, not from the UK or from the US.
Yeah.
So basically they are from Spain, France, and these many countries.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So you said sometimes people cannot understand you well because your accent is different, and that is a really good point. Because how would you even define the word accent?
This is a pretty difficult question.
Yeah, I mean it's not really something that a random person outside would answer immediately. How would you describe that?
I think so. I cannot express it in a way that I want to express it, but I could say what I feel, that it's something that I believe that it's based on your pronunciation.
Yeah, it is your pronunciation. Yeah.
And I think so. It's basically with the pronunciation.
Okay. Do you know why people have an accent?
No.
Well, it's actually based on your speech organs,
Yeah.
right? Because when you speak your native language,
Uh-huh.
your mouth organs get used to that.
Okay.
And so when you speak a foreign language, yeah, your mouth organs are still used to that. So you
Okay.
try to pronounce the words in a foreign language the
Uh-huh.
same way as if you were speaking your native language. And it
Okay.
doesn't work like that because every language has its own, yeah, vocal system, consonant system.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
its own
this is true,
melody.
this is true, definitely.
Yeah.
Because when you can hear from an Italian speaker, he speaks totally different.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's say when you're talking to a Spanish speaker, he
Yeah.
totally speaks different.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely,
it makes sense. Definitely.
absolutely, right?
Yes,
It's
yes.
also the sentence melodic, and yeah, even the stress you put in sentences, and also you see even articulation and your what do you call it, body language,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's
it's
true.
it's so different.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
agree on this. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that's what your accent is, right? You basically pronounce words in a language the same way you would do in a foreign language, in your native language. I mean,
Yes.
yeah. But let's say you also have to deal with people for whom English isn't their native language. Do you often have trouble communicating to them because you can speak English well,
Mhm.
right? Do you have that trouble?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time.
Okay. And what is it exactly? You cannot understand them, or
Let's say I understand them, but when I'm trying to tell them something, they don't understand it.
okay. Okay, so it's not really the matter of pronunciation.
Let's not pronunciation. Let's say the sentence formation.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it depends on if you're telling them to, let's say, you can form sentence in a different way. You know, do this,
Mm-hmm.
do it like this,
Mm-hmm.
do it this way.
Yeah, or you could
So-
say, could you please?
Could you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also makes. Yeah. So it's about the sentence formation and how you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
express what you want to tell them. It's just difficulty for them to understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah. A thing I learned quickly is that when you talk to people who
Mhm.
cannot speak English well, is
Yeah.
that you have to actually speak as primitive as possible
Okay.
for them to understand you. And sometimes, I mean, especially in language teaching,
Mhm.
it works well in the beginning, right? Because in the beginning, you have to first learn to formulate your thoughts, to
Yeah.
actually express yourself, and
True.
then you focus on, more complicated constructions.
true,
But yeah, a whole different topic. Doesn't actually matter.
Oh, you made it to the second part. Damn.
So look, I have prepared a text for you, which you can read out.
Okay.
Basically, just read it as you normally would.
Okay. Let me just open what you sent.
Sure.
Okay. Please call Stella. Ask her to bring these things with her from the store. 6 spoons of fresh snow peas. Okay, I'm reading it right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
5 thick slabs of blue cheese, and maybe a snack of her brother's Bob, which we also need a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for her kids. She can scoop these things into 3 red bags, and we go meet her Wednesday at the train station.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Go.
What was this like? It's like something different.
It's the same text.
Okay. Like, I mean, like the things you wrote down is a bit puzzling me up. Like,
Which
I mean
things?
to say, like the formation of the sentence,
Oh,
that's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been prepared by me. It has been prepared by linguists. So it's
Okay.
actually a common text to
okay,
to
okay.
check pronunciation.
Okay, let's do it again. Okay.
Mhm.
Please call Stella. Ask her to bring these things with her from the store. 6 spoons of fresh snow peas, 5 thick slabs of blue cheese, and maybe a snack for her brother Bob. We also need a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for the kids. She can scoop these things into 3 red bags. We will go meet her Wednesday at the train station.
Mm-hmm. So I noticed 3 things, let's say.
Yeah.
Right? First of all, your intonation rises at the end of the sentence. But
Okay.
at the end of the sentence, it should actually fall.
Fall. Okay.
I do not notice that when you speak because I believe we have more of a dialogue form and conversation,
yes,
so it's
yes.
different, right? But when you read a text, your intonation rises, and that is typical for an Indian accent.
Okay.
And some people actually have that when they speak.
Mhm.
So focus on actually, finishing your sentence. And to finish your sentence, you have to, make your intonation. Sorry, not. Your.
You mean like a pause?
Yeah, I mean, not really the pause. Let's say, if I want to speak like this, my voice rises, right? If I want to finish a sentence, my voice falls.
Okay.
Right? So you actually have to control that. And when you are finishing a sentence, you are, I'm making a pause, but honestly, I'm making a pause now because I wanted to think of what to say next. So it's kind of different, right? But the key point here is to drop your voice.
Okay.
Okay, keep it low at the end of the sentence. And then another thing I noticed, you kind of roll your tongue, which is also typical for the Indian accent.
Okay.
I did not notice that when you were speaking, but as you read the text, you said like, could you read the 3 red bags again? Like just say 3 red bags.
3 red bags.
Yeah, you see this, I cannot really do it like 3, like
3 red bags.
Yes, 3. Like, I can also roll it because my native language is Russian, so we also roll.
Okay.
But in English it's different, and so the reason why you roll it, like why this happens, is because Oh, that was super Russian. Happens is because you like the tip of your tongue touches the upper jaw. It should not touch.
Okay.
It has to stay like in a position like this, you know. And then you say
R.
Yeah, and you keep it low in your lower jaw, you know. And so you say red.
Red.
Red. Yeah, that was a lot better, right? So actually, if you pull down your accent training can feel difficult in the beginning because your muscles aren't used to that. So if you actually practice for like 20 minutes a day, let's say, you can actually feel the pain in your muscles.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that would happen for sure.
Okay, can you try it again? Like say red.
Red.
No.
Red.
So first say
R.
Yeah, like that. Now red. And pull down your lower jaw.
Red.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Red. Because when you pull down your lower jaw, you don't let your tongue touch your upper jaw because there is there is a lot of distance between. Yeah. So red.
Red.
Red. Yeah, that's better. That's better.
It's pretty hard.
It is. It's also one of the most difficult sounds in English. So you're doing good. Okay. Please. Also, a couple of things to linking. You say the second sentence. Ask her to bring these things from her with her from the store. Right. So ask her to bring these things with her from the store.
Okay.
Right. With her.
With her.
Yeah.
With her.
With her.
With her.
It's like when you say in English about it. You know.
About it.
About it. Try to say, yeah, exactly. The second time was a lot better because normally, you know, in English you have like important words and not important words.
Okay.
How would you define an important word? What is important and not important? If I say that, yeah, you see, so that's something to think about. Important words are like nouns and verbs.
Okay.
Because they give a meaning, right?
Understood.
And also, yeah, in this case, about would be important. It, not really. So you link it together, about it.
About it.
Yeah, it's also easier to speak, or to link it, I mean, because about ends with a consonant.
Okay.
And it starts with a vowel. So you kind of want to link them. So about it. The same with her, right? You kind of don't really pronounce the H there. You say with her.
With her.
Yeah, exactly. With her. Yeah,
with her.
Exactly. So ask her to bring these things with her from the store.
Okay, let me try. Ask her to bring this with her. With her, yeah. With her. Okay, ask her to bring these things with her from the store.
Yeah, that sounded a lot better. Good job.
Okay.
Damn. Okay, nice. You're a quick learner. That's good.
Good.
Okay, good. What else do we have here? Another thing you started to do, because I read a bit about the Indian accent.
Yeah.
You do the same thing we do in Russian. We stress every word in a sentence. In English, you don't. Like I said, you stress important words. So let's say you had we also need a small plastic snake, right, and a big toy frog for the kids. So we also need a small plastic snake, you know. You have we also need a small plastic snake. You have 2 adjectives, small, plastic, and then you have a snake, right? So snake is important.
Yes.
So you stress the snake, right? And then because plastic is kind of the attribute to the snake, you read them together, but you stress the snake in that plastic snake, you know? But then you also have a small. And so that's why you would also stress that word. And you say, we also need a small plastic snake, right? And a big toy frog. This works the same way, right?
Okay.
A big toy frog for the kids. And you can kind of measure it, we also need a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for the kids.
Okay.
Okay, could you try it?
We also need a
We also need a small
We also need a small plastic snake.
plastic snake.
Plastic snake.
Yeah, we also need a small plastic
Plastic
snake.
snake. Plastic snake.
Read the whole sentence again.
We also need a small plastic snake and a big toy of sorry.
It's okay.
A big toy frog for the kids.
Toy frog.
Toy frog.
Big toy
big
frog.
Toy frog.
A big toy frog.
A big toy frog.
A big toy frog.
A big toy frog.
Yeah.
A big toy frog.
Yeah, we also need a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for the kids.
Okay, let me try again. So, we also need a small plastic snake.
Don't rush.
Okay. We also need a small. Okay. We also need a small plastic snake and a toy frog for the kids.
That was better.
Okay, I missed the big.
It's fine.
Okay, let's do it again. We also need a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for the kids.
That was a lot better.
Okay.
And it's different, right? Good. So that's the difference. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the thing. You have to improve that. You actually have to. I would recommend listening to podcasts.
Podcast. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, they always have to read them books or whatever
Okay.
in the standard language, right? And then if you watch like TED podcasts, whatever, pay attention to the articulation of native speakers.
Okay.
Because it is, you see, it is how you produce the sounds, how you position your speech organs,
Understood.
that makes the difference. So when you see how they articulate, you try to mimic that at home, and then, I mean, you should see the improvements because it works quite quickly. It's like going to the gym. You go to the gym, you train your muscles, they remember what you do.
True. That's true.
And speech organs are also muscles. Yeah. Okay, good.
Oh, you made it to the last part. Make sure you subscribe.
I'm so happy we're doing this. Okay, yeah. What were you saying?
So the thing is that, let's say, at the moment, you're trying to teach me so that I improve my accent, yeah? So back in my country, in India, so let's say among my friends, like family or, someone who I know around, let's say I try to use this accent when I'm talking, you're being made fun of.
Yeah, but you mean like in your native language or in English?
In English. Let's say now I'm using the American accent when I'm talking, let's say I try to use it, but then at one point they find it funny and it's not the real me,
Yeah.
So they find it that
Because you
you're
kind of fake it.
Yeah, faking it. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you got to say about this?
I don't really think it's a fair point because, there is a saying in English, fake it till you make it. And I know that, let's be honest, the Indian accent is one of the most complicated accents in the world. When I was at the university and we had to, and normally, when you speak, when you have to translate or interpret something for people, the texts or speakers don't always come from the US or from the Great Britain, Those are usually people who do not speak English as their native language. So their accents can be tough. And that means you actually have to train yourself to talk or to be able to translate what those people are saying, because sometimes it's impossible to understand what they're saying.
Okay.
And so it depends on what you do and on how much interaction you have with people who speak English, let's say, or any other foreign language. It doesn't matter at this point. Because if you have to do a lot, if you work at an international company or you work with a lot of people who speak English, it's in your interest to speak the best you can, because it improves your communication so much more. It's easier for them to understand you. They look at you as a professional.
This is a very good point, actually.
And also you get compliments like every time you talk to
true.
people.
Actually, the point you said makes you look very professional, where you're trying to represent yourself with someone, like you're talking to a bigger person or leader.
Yeah.
He finds it good that you're trying to talk it in a professional way.
It tells so much more about you. It says you made the effort to learn the language.
That's true.
In a way that you almost sound like the native speaker. That's one thing. That means you are stress resistant. That means you are super motivated, and that's really
true.
good. It like if you're a job candidate, you know, it tells so many things about you. That's one. Another thing is, I forgot what I wanted to say. It happens to me so often. I have an idea and then I just forget it. I remember. So let's say you have a colleague, right?
Yeah.
Both of you don't speak English as a native language, but then your boss kind of has to choose one of you to send for a business trip.
True.
Which person do you think he will prefer, he or she?
The professional guy.
Yeah. I mean, or the one who speaks better,
Yes.
right? Or sounds better.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So like, I think the answer is pretty clear. You know, people like to judge, and people like to make fun of, but usually those are the same people who cannot do it. So like, why would you even listen to them?
That's a good point, actually.
In Russian, we have a saying like, millions of flies cannot be wrong. And like, we mean it in a sarcastic way that people usually are wrong in what they're saying, because first of all, you cannot be 100% like sure in what you're saying, you know, what you learn, that it's true just because you learned it. So, you know, benefit of the doubt kind of thing. Another thing is, it's kind of hard to stand out. Once you start to stand out, people start judging you. You will see there will be people around you who want to support you, and you will see there will be people around you who will be like, oh, yeah, but what you're doing is like weird, you know, or like, why would you, or you're not gonna succeed or something.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's better to stick to what you believe in.
That's true. Because let's say I have a friend who speaks very professionally, and she has an accent. Let's say she makes that accent by herself. Like when she's talking to some professional guy, when she's talking to me, it's a different. When she's talking somewhere professionally, she talks very professionally. And at first, I was feeling it funny, but then, you know, when I see that she's making an effort to sound professional, and, you know, makes her feel good, as well as when you're professionally representing someone and yourself there, and I see that it brings a lot of value, and that's a very good thing, actually.
You don't have to speak like that all the time, and my accent is also always different. Like, you know, I play computer games, and so sometimes I play online, and of course when I record videos I try to sound better, because that's my job, you know. I want to sound good to people because I can, and that's what I'm selling, kinda. Okay, let's be real. But when I play computer games at home and I talk to my friends, I don't put in as much effort, because I know I can just relax, So, but that's kind of the difference. You can say you are proficient in a language when you choose how to speak. And so when you can control that, you're professional as fuck, you know.
You need to cut this.